What if we aren't wrong? In the last several years, the law enforcement profession has endured accusation after accusation, from the profession being accused of institutional racism to repeated claims of excessive force. The allegations come in daily across America. Since Ferguson and a select few other high-profile incidents, law enforcement has jumped at literally every demand thrown their way. From policy to training to community policing to body cameras, we have done it. But what if the problem was never law enforcement? What if the claims of racism, the claims of abuse weren't from law enforcement doing their job, but the criminal element doing theirs? It's hard to understand his philosophy if emotion is continually brought into the conversation. But what if we relied on facts and data? What if we relied on what other professions relied on, such as the scientific community or the business world? What would we see then? It's been years since many of these demanded changes have taken place, and the outcomes have not changed. Deadly force remains virtually exactly the same. The racial demographics of suspects remains virtually exactly the same, and the violence in our communities remains the same. That has led to many of those demanding changes in law enforcement to wonder why nothing is changing. Could it be that law enforcement was never wrong to begin with? Consider the recent study out of Washington, D.C., where approximately 1,000 officers were issued body cameras and 1,000 officers did not have body cameras. Both groups were tracked over an 18-month period, and literally there were no changes in behavior between the groups. Complaints on officers, use of force, and police activity were all the same. Society has been told that body cameras would force law enforcement to act accordingly, but what if we weren't wrong to begin with? Well, you would see exactly what you are seeing today. You would see changes made, but the end result remaining the same. From force to demographics to behavior, nothing is changing. And here at the Courageous Leadership Institute, we've known all along that law enforcement today is the most educated, most trained, and most professional it has ever been. But no one is standing and defending these heroes behind the badge. This training institute exists to do just that. We need courageous leaders to stand up and not participate in the emotion, but represent the facts that surrounds law enforcement. In our Courageous Leadership Seminar, we show leaders how this can be done. We've seen tremendous success with our philosophy, and we are asking you to join us. Contact us today and start your journey to courageous leadership.